Hey guys, this is my first book haul. I kind of wanted to do others before this, but I didn't really have the confidence to. I don't know why. But I love Jessie the Reader and Peruse Project. There's so many of them that have inspired me, and I've actually used some of their recommendations to get recommendations of books that they've recommended for us as their viewers to possible possibly read. And I have one here. It's called Voice of Dragons. I'm not really good at reading the synopsises because I don't really want to give the book away for people. I know some of them do read the synopsis, but me, I'd rather not. It's just something that I do. But yeah, I haven't read it yet, but it's by Carrie Vaughn, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'm very excited to dive right into it. So I'm hoping to read this soon. I've borrowed some books from friends, so it may take me a little bit to get to it, but I'm really hoping to because it looks really good. The another one I got was Uncle Tom's Cabin. Now I've heard about this and I know that it's been a banned book, but I really haven't ever read it myself, so I finally decided, it was only $2.97. I was like, why don't I just go ahead and get it? And plus, it was a Books a Million card. It takes a little bit off, so it's not bad. Um, Here's a Spider-Man comic book. I like the fact that it's hardback because it makes it easier to keep in good condition. And I am kind of starting to run out of room. I have a bookshelf back there, and then I have books in a little dresser with an um it's got shelves for me to put books in, but I'm really starting to run out of room. I need a bigger room, either a bigger room or a bigger bookshelf. And this is the third book in the Vampirates series, Blood Captain. I read some of the Vampirates books when I was in middle school, but it's been a while since I've read any, so I'm gonna read this one, and I'm also gonna try to get the first and second one, and of course there's many others. I really like series, but I like series better than I like the trilogies because for me, like a series, you can just read more and more, and like you're still left wanting more after a series, but it lasts longer than what a trilogy does. I kind of hoped in 50 Shades of Grey there's more than three books because I really liked 50 Shades of Grey, and I'm hoping to read the other two. This is called Faded by Alison Knoll. I've read some of her other books and they're really good. Um, I got this not that long ago. This is going to be my very early part of my April book haul. Mine's not going to come until probably like when April's nearly over. But I'm excited to dive into this as well because it looks pretty fascinating. And I really like her style of writing. Personally, I've always, I myself, I don't write books, but I do write poetry, and I'm hoping one day to get my stuff published. And I'm hoping maybe, to maybe eventually get some tips from some writers to, because I do want to write my own book one day. So I'm hoping to get some tips from some writers, maybe at some point to help me through it and to kind of help me out with writer's block, which I get a lot. And this is another book I have called Poseidon. I've never actually owned a book on mermaids, so I'm excited to see how this goes, and I'm hoping to get more um, mermaid books because I'm very interested in stuff like that: vampires, wolves, mermaids, dragons, anything mythological or anything like that. I'm very fascinated by. So I know some other people have read this. From me reading book, from me seeing a bunch of booktubers, and this is actually why I picked it up, is because I heard a lot of them reviewing it, and it got me interested in wanting to read it. So hopefully it's good. This is Elsewhere, and I've also seen a lot of booktubers wanting to get this or have read this, and it looks pretty fascinating, honestly. I'm into reading. I have been since I was little, and as I got older, I've kind of been in a bit of a reading slump lately, but I've been starting to get myself back into. I think I some of us kind of let technology like get in the way of our reading, and then when we go back and realize why are we letting that do that? Because maybe a couple of years from now, people won't even be reading an actual book. They'll be on their Kindle or reading on their computer or their iPad or whatever. But in my opinion, reading the actual book is a lot better because in my opinion, I get more out of it, and I like it better when I have my own physical copy because it's more satisfying to me. And you're not sucking yourself into technology. You're actually sitting down to enjoy a book, and you're not having your nose stuck in technology all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, technology is a good thing, but also you can be too involved in it. This is called The Other Worldies, and um, for me, I haven't really heard much about this, but I'm never against trying something, even though I really haven't heard much about it. Because, why judge a book by its cover? I know some covers, yeah, we buy because they're so pretty and stuff. But, I mean, even if the cover is kind of ugly, I don't see why that would matter. I mean, just because of the fact that the cover is not exactly the best or the prettiest doesn't mean the book's gonna be bad. And me, I can vouch for this. Yes, I do sometimes judge a book by its cover because if it's not the prettiest, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to read that. The cover's ugly. But sometimes when the covers are the prettiest covers, you're not always into them. Like for me, I'm trying to get myself into Shatter Me. I mean, I may get myself into. I mean, it's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. But I think my problem is if I stop a book and then like several days later, start it again, and then stop again. That's my problem. That's why I can't get into it. Is if I do that. And how that was how it was with Twilight. At first, I hated Twilight, but once I started reading it and read it all the way through, then I actually realized I liked it. Not because everyone else did. I know some people like books just because everyone else did. This is Days of uh, Blood and Starlight. Sorry. Sometimes with those little things, I can't always remember what it is. But I've heard a lot about this personally. a lot of booktubers have been raving about it, so and it looked pretty cool to me. I love the cover. Truly do. I absolutely and positively love this cover. Um, and I love big books. I love to read. I love huge books. It's like, because, I mean, I love small books too, but when big books, there's more to read, and then, like, it takes you a little bit longer to get through them, and then even after that, in the end, you still want more. Like, man, it's like, if this is just like a single book and it's not a series, you're like, man, I wish they'd make a series out of this, you know? But, yeah. And my last book that I have here is called The Arithmetist, and by Brandon Sanderson. And this is actually the first book I will have ever read by Brandon Sanderson. I've heard about Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. Actually, hopefully, I can find it in the bargain book section. That's usually where I buy my books because, well, they're the cheapest. And I'm kind of a sucker for a bargain anyway because I'm pretty sure none of us like to pay full price for books. So I know I don't. So I always look in the bargain section. I find some pretty good things. And I found this, and I got it. So, well, my friend actually got me this and a few of the others that I showed you, but um, I still really enjoy whether I buy it or someone buys it for me. I really do enjoy almost anything you either I buy myself or other people buy for me because I'm really not a picky person when it comes to books. I love them. I know I've probably said that a million times. Sorry, guys. I get a little bit rambly sometimes, and I really don't mean to. I feel more comfortable behind the camera. I know many of you guys really haven't subscribed to me, but that's okay. I know my videos can't come like at crazy times, like months apart and stuff. But sometimes I don't always think that my ideas for videos are the best, and then, sorry guys, it's a little ad that likes to pop in front of my face. I don't always have the most confidence in myself when I'm making these videos, and like if I have an idea and I don't think it's like good enough for YouTube standards, I won't do it. But I need to learn to get out of that because I know that there's so many YouTubers of you guys out there that will watch this and won't judge me on that. And I love watching all you because, it puts a smile on my face, and YouTube is actually one of the things that helps me get through my day when I'm having a really rough day, which is a lot. So I really appreciate you guys for making me feel good and knowing that guys really do care about your fans and your supporters. But this is the end of my book haul. I'm gonna go, guys. Bye. I love you guys.